Breaking news all day on Cleveland's west side. FBI agents and police are searching for the remains of a missing teen, Amanda Berry. They say they have a credible tip, and we have extensive team coverage starting now. I'm Danita Harris.
And I'm Lee Jordan. Since this morning, investigators have been at West 30th Street and Wade Avenue, just south of I-90. They've been digging in a vacant lot there and using dogs. We begin right away with Paul Kiska. And Paul, you've been reporting on Amanda Berry's disappearance for 9 years now.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, Lee, that's going on a decade, but Amanda Berry disappeared the night before her 17th birthday. I remember her mom, Luana, telling me that she had wrapped birthday presents for Amanda and she would keep them wrapped until Amanda came home. But as time went by, Amanda's mom told me, "I don't believe my baby is ever coming home." After 10 hours of digging for Amanda Berry's remains today, the search continues tonight. Using a cadaver dog, Cleveland police officers and an FBI evidence team search, sift dirt in a vacant lot. They're looking for the remains of Amanda Berry, who vanished more than 9 years ago. A Cleveland man in prison for killing a homeless man told authorities where they could find Berry's remains. The man was friends with Amanda Berry.
Very slow, tedious process, much like an archaeological dig where they go very slow. This isn't anything to be rushed. We're going to be here a long, long time. And just slow digging, sifting, very methodical.
More than 6 hours into the search, nothing was found. But the search continued throughout the afternoon in this large vacant lot.
Based on the information we have, this is pretty credible information, and I think, there's a good likelihood we're going to find something.
Now, 1st District Commander Thomas McCartney said about 20 minutes ago they're bringing in a bigger backhoe to search this empty lot. It's a big lot. They've only searched about 15 or 20% of that lot so far here at West 30th and Wade Avenue. Reporting live from the scene tonight, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.
This has been an emotional day for the family of Amanda Berry. They've been wanting answers for 9 years now. Jen Strathman continues our team coverage live from the scene. And Jen, what can you add to Paul's report?
Well, Amanda Berry's family has been vocal throughout this 9-year ordeal, but tonight they're remaining private, trying to deal with this difficult development. Cleveland police are outside Amanda Berry's sister's home, guarding it. Outside, you could also see a yellow ribbon tied around the tree as the family continues to hold out hope. And while the Berry family is dealing with this development privately, those who have rallied behind the family throughout the years are at the scene where investigators are digging for clues into the disappearance of Berry. Judy Martin spoke with a Berry family member and describes their emotions and her own, having lost her son in a violent crime.
They're devastated and just too shaken to come here. Wonder, are we going to get answers? Will we find out what really happened to Amanda? We don't want it. We don't want anybody found down there. We don't want to have another family devastated because they found out that their child or their loved one was killed.
Back live now, you can see this area is filled with bystanders, some who knew the Berry family and some who live in the neighborhood. Everyone I spoke to today that has a connection to the Berry family says that they're just hoping that police don't find anything in this vacant lot. In Cleveland, Jen Strathman, News Channel 5.
Okay, Jen, thank you. A tip from a prison inmate launched today's search, so our investigative team launched a background check on that inmate.
Police identified the tipster as Robert Wolford. Our chief investigator uncovered revealing information about him. Ron Regan is here now to tell us what he found out.
Well, court records that we found reveal a young man with a very, very troubled past. By the time he was just 12 years old, Wolford had been arrested time and time again. By our count, he had roughly 13 arrests for everything from burglary to receiving stolen property to breaking and entering. He was a young man that, again, from the age 12 to 17, very troubled past. And then at age 21, he was sentenced to prison on a murder charge. That involved the stabbing death of a fellow in a West Side neighborhood in a drug deal. But that happened in the very same neighborhood where today's search is going on. We also found something else very troubling. When we dug further into court records, we found that Wolford has been desperately trying to get out of prison since 2008 when he went in. He even won a new trial, but finally entered a guilty plea to involuntary manslaughter. His handwritten appeals fill an entire court docket. And And just last December, he asked for a copy of his own psychiatric records. It turns out, according to court records, that he has an unidentified psychiatric disorder. And in a letter in his own handwriting says he has a 55 IQ and he should not have been allowed to enter a plea deal, and blames his lawyer. Now, one family member also told us that Wolford was using crack cocaine since the age of 9, that he was molested as a child, and that he eventually wound up as a male prostitute in the neighborhood where he grew up and in the neighborhood where that search is continuing at this hour. Now, police believe he is still a very credible source, and in fact, sources tell us that he told police that he was involved in the disappearance of Amanda Berry, and he even named a second suspect. So as that search continues, we'll stay on the case. Live in the Breaking News Center, I'm Chief Investigator Ron Regan.
All right, thank you, Ron. Well, the neighbors knew something was up. Several of them told us they saw Robert Wolford with police in shackles yesterday at the vacant lot, pointing around the ground.
Today, hundreds of people lined the streets to watch the search. One family took us into their home and showed us their view of the searched area, saying they noticed something going on there yesterday. Today, they woke to a scene filled with agents and police officers. When they found out what was happening, they told us their thoughts were with Amanda's family.
If they find something, I hope it does for closure for families, because, I mean, like I said, I got my baby, and if something ever happened to her, I'd make the news tip, you know, and I'd put it out there, because it's somebody's kid. They got to worry about, well, if they're coming home or what's going on, and, you know, being a parent, you got to worry all the time. And there's just too many individuals out here that, you know, want to do evil stuff to people. It's sad.
Other West Side families told us they're hoping there are no more searches like this one in their neighborhood, and they hope Amanda's family will be able to eventually get some closure.
It's been a long 9 years for Amanda's family. She went missing in 2003, one day shy of her 17th birthday. She was walking home from her job at the Burger King on Lorraine Avenue at West 110th Street. Amanda's mother died in 2006. Over the years, the FBI has worked on many leads to find Amanda and another missing Cleveland teen, Gina DeJesus. She went missing from the same area as Amanda nearly 1 year later in 2004. But investigators told us today's developments are not connected to Gina's disappearance. Despite their anguish, Gina's family was at the dig site today to show their support for Amanda's family. And for that part of the story, we turn to News Channel 5's John Cossack.
Yeah, Danita, over the years, I've covered so many vigils for Amanda and for Gina, and the one constant throughout them all was the fact that at each of them, members of both parties, families were always there. And when Gina's mother found out this morning about what was happening, she knew there was one place she needed to be. The bond that links the families of Amanda Berry and Gina DeJesus is unlike few others. They share a common grief, a daily anguish that only they and the families of other missing children know. And so it is they gather twice each April to mark the anniversary first of Gina's disappearance in 2004, then 3 weeks later, Amanda's in 2003. Investigators alerted Gina's mother this morning.
They told me that they had a couple of leads for Amanda Berry that they were going to check into, and they wanted to let me know ahead of time.
What Amanda's family is feeling today, Nancy felt 6 years ago when investigators dug out a garage on West 50th on a tip looking for Gina. They found nothing. Her hope for Amanda's family is the one she felt that day.
I'm hoping it's false also.
Because you're still holding out hope.
Yes, I am.
The bond between the families only grew stronger when Amanda's mother, Luana Miller, died in 2006. She was only 44. Since then, Nancy's been there for Amanda's sister, Beth, but for now is giving her space.
Have you talked to her today?
No. She's not taking no phone calls.
And you can understand, I mean, it's...
Yes, I can, yeah, because it's, I mean, now for her to just sit there and just wait and see what the outcome is, I mean, it's so heart-wrenching.
Heart-wrenching indeed. She has spent most of the day here along with people in this neighborhood waiting for some sort of answer, an answer that police are going to continue through the night in an effort to try to find. Reporting live in Cleveland, John Cossack, News Channel 5.
Thank you, John. NewsNet 5 has live streaming video of the search site right now. We'll keep you updated throughout the hour and immediately on newsnet5.com as late-breaking developments happen.